Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, Thriving Tuesdays, Tuesdays with Thriving.
Oh, we
Welcome,
need a
welcome.
song. We
I
need like
know.
some sort of little background
Yeah,
music.
not with my voice. Nobody will tune in.
I know.
Unless they really need something to laugh
I
at.
know. I was singing yesterday, and Taylor was like, "You have a really pretty voice." I'm like, "You were the first person
To ever say that.
that."
She must have really wanted another gerbil or
I think she
something.
wanted ice cream or
Oh,
chocolate. Or
yeah.
she's been melting a lot of chocolate chips lately.
That's a gift for my heart. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, so here we are tonight, and I think we decided we want to talk about relationships and devices.
Devices, the good, the bad, the ugly of
Yeah,
devices.
yeah.
And why? It's because every session I've done with couples in the last, I don't know, 3 years, they're one of the sessions, at least one.
He spends too much time. She spends too
Right.
much time. They're always on their
They
phones.
they want to be on Facebook all the time, or we're
Uh-huh.
sitting in bed and they're glued to their phone, or they're glued to
Mhm.
ESPN, or they're glued to something. And I think it used to be the TV that got the bad
Mhm.
rap, and now we carry the world. We
Yeah.
carry the absolute. We can access anything. I can always
Do we need to know? Do penguins have knees? Like we could look that up right now. Do I need?
And I
I need
do.
to know.
I look it up.
I know, right?
Immediately,
I
I don't know
do
what that song is. I'm looking it up. And so one of the things, like I sent you the article,
Uh-huh.
that we really seek dopamine off this.
Yes.
So dopamine is the nice little hormone that we get when we are seeking something.
Yes,
And
it's a
little bit
pleasure
of
type.
a little bit of a hit.
Uh-huh.
But it's responsible for seeking behavior. And so we
Yes.
continue to scroll.
We chase after it because we get little dopamine hits. It's the same thing when you post something on Facebook and someone likes it.
Ding.
Ding, dopamine. Or someone shares it. Ding, dopamine.
Yeah,
Someone
anytime I
comments.
hear, I've got the little bird on my
Yeah.
phone for a text
It's
message.
like,
Ooh,
somebody's thinking of me.
who wants to talk to me? But the problem is that we're spending so much time talking to the world
Yes.
or interacting with it in some form that we're not interacting with the person
Yep.
that's next
We're
to
missing
us.
opportunities to have dopamine connection with our partner
Which is really
instead of the rest of the world.
right. So the good. Let's start with good, because we
Okay.
don't want to spend the entire time saying devices are bad,
Bashing
because
them.
we
There's
all have
so
them.
many.
I love my phone.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
wouldn't be able to connect with you without
Right.
devices. But in relationship, like my husband's traveling for work right now, so I got interesting pictures. He's in Kohler, Wisconsin, so I got pictures of bathtubs.
Okay, yeah.
It's like, yeah,
That makes sense.
but it's between sessions, things are busy, and I can have a little connection with what's happening at home.
Yeah.
I'll check my phone, and it's nice to have not just a list. Like, don't just use your
Mhm.
device to say, like, hey, make sure you pick up Emma at 4. Like, of course, we're going to do it for that as well. But a little, like a meme. I know you guys do GIFs or some sort of just little funny. You do a lot of comedy back and forth with Brandon.
Oh, yes. We do a lot of banter and GIFs. Really appreciate the GIFs.
Yes. Yes.
Because sometimes just a plain emoticon doesn't say what I'm really trying to say.
You need to just put it out there.
Yeah.
So the ability to stay connected through the workday,
Yes.
or through travel,
Mhm.
or we've worked with a lot of couples that they do the hitch work, so they're here and there.
Yes.
And because of devices, we can FaceTime, we can stay connected with family and our loved ones like never before.
Yes, so absolute. Like I think of, and this isn't, I mean, it's relationships, but it's not. Long story short, I grew up with parents divorced, and my parents were states and states and states away, and my lovely parents decided to split us up 6 months, 6 months. So for 6 months at a time, I'd be with one parent and then the other, and I think about now what that could have felt like if I could just FaceTime with a parent, really, and still be able to have those connections versus it was like you paid 10 cents a second or a minute or $1 a minute to make long distance phone calls, and how drastically, like,
right.
When I think of, we have his and her kids, and one of ours lives out of state, and like we can FaceTime with the teachers and still be involved with what's going on. And when Brandon travels or I travel, I can still tell Ledger goodnight and be right there. And I can, so there are really lots of positives. I couldn't keep organized without this bad boy. There's no
With
way.
the dings.
Yep.
Hey, be here.
I need my calendar to be
time
like,
for
this is where you're
live."
supposed to be. You have 15 minutes. All right, so that's some decent good.
So bad, I would say, is that we just don't realize how disconnected we are.
Mhm.
Like when I say, you know, a lot of couples like, are you putting them down? Are you
Mhm.
putting your devices down for 20 minutes, 30 minutes
Can
at
you get
the
through
same
dinner?
time?
Can you get through dinner?
Device-free dinner.
Yeah.
Can you make sure? And that's what in our house we make sure that all devices, and still like you want the sound off too.
Yeah.
Because if you're hearing, if I hear my little
Ding
bird,
or vibration, and it's like,
ooh, what does Brandy want?
I
Is
don't
she
really know
texting
what
me?
they're talking about anymore because maybe that's the email I'm waiting for. Maybe that's someone that's subscribing. Maybe, right? Like there's all these things that it could be, and it's usually junk mail.
Right, which is always so disappointing.
Yeah.
But the bad, I think, is just on like the lower level is we're not taking advantage of being present.
Mhm.
We're feeling somewhat lonely and disconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with the couples that like it isn't a significant problem, I would say it's still something that we have to make sure that we're putting the phones down or the iPads or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever tech it is that we check out into.
And being present together or like and doing that what was Erin went to a yoga class and her teacher said like when you drink tea, drink tea. Like if you're watching a show together, put the phones on and watch the show.
That makes me so angry, Brandon Hobbs. If you get on here right now, oh, that really does rub me. It's like we're watching them because we're movie people.
Yes.
You know this. We're
Yes.
movie people. So yeah, like when we're movie people, and then like I see his face lit up in the darkness, and it's like, yeah, put your phone away.
We're
Right,
watching
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Although right now I'm on a Masterpiece Theater kick, so if Brad jumps on, he'll be like, "I'm sorry, I have to be on my device." She's really obsessed with Full Dark.
Yes.
But
yes.
it's are you making sure? And I think that's the bad is that
Mhm.
it's disconnecting all of us. We want to make sure. We went to that conference at 1440 where they said like the loneliness epidemic is huge.
Yeah.
Because
We're connected, right? Like
Mhm.
through all these different forms of social media and kind of like even career type like LinkedIn and things like those. Like there's all these ways to connect to people, and yet we are the loneliest generation. Like we are a lonely group of people right now.
Mhm.